My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 11 of the Roman campaign in Imperium Surrectum mod for Rome Total War Remastered, and our aim in this episode is to perhaps secure the northern Italy, and if that's not possible, at least advance in there, and at the same time bring the war to the North African front. So Carthaginian capital is one of our primary goals. Okay, we are having a couple of new family members apparently, and it seems one of these guys can go directly to the front, and the second one as well. Good. So let's get the troops going. And perhaps we could and should reinforce Atria a bit. And here our troops are ready to attack. And we might actually get almost that general to there. And let's see. Perhaps this army here, supported by this one, are enough to besiege this settlement here. And unfortunately, the situation is that I need to auto-resolve this one, because I actually tried to make this video earlier, and the game keeps constantly crashing.
It's treason, then.
Kind of freezing and then crashing if I try to fight this battle manually. So, because of that, there is the need for the auto-resolve in this case. And apparently we are not going to turn this settlement, at least anytime soon, to Roman culture. I hope the main amount of casualties came from mercenaries, but let's see. And there is at least one enemy settlement. No additional settlements here, and of course here is an enemy army. And then I think perhaps an additional spy wouldn't be a bad thing. And in Rome, of course, we will train more troops. And I think oh, that's not good. Not good at all. So we need to reinforce this area here. And of course that's going to cost us at least some money. Let's check the cultural situation soon. So we are having a smallish force here. We need to have a larger one, since we most likely need to engage this army rather soon. But let's see the cultural issues here. So, we should start converting this region to Italic culture rather soon. This is going to be problematic. Perhaps when this has been converted to Italic culture, then perhaps that will start to convert as well. This is problematic. Syracuse, perhaps with this we could get it going. Here, absolutely quite a bit difficulties doing anything. And here we actually cannot boost. Oh, and thanks for the comments. Yeah, we need to get rid of those enemy recruitment options.
Alright. Easy money. Come on!
They are worthless and... well, not exactly worthless, because we can get those some 1600 denarii out of each of those, so some improvements to our financial situation. I'm not certain will we improve our cultural situation by demolishing these, but at least we will get some money. And of course we need to do the same thing in the northern front. And let's do that before I forget it. And actually, as that culture is a requirement for recruiting troops, advancing is quite a bit slower than it otherwise would be. Oh, we can actually retrain these guys. Let's do so, because I think next turn we will try to strike at those. That army here would be very beneficial to take it down rather soon. Perhaps we can even combine some of those troops. And then let's see if we can somehow improve our finances. Well, that's rather nice. Well, I have to say that I actually knew that because of the battle crashing the original video, so I kind of have a bit of an advantage related to saves and loads, so and can we actually improve? Well, this isn't so efficient. Perhaps it can be as it is. What about here? No. Okay, I guess that's fair enough. And perhaps we need to check the cultural situation in here as well. So, Italic culture there will be quite beneficial. Here. Okay. We are doing okay. And let's see about our northern provinces. Oh, this is... what about the roads? They are actually quite good, but can we actually improve the culture? Yes, we can. I think that cultural improvement system just slows us down so much. Perhaps a couple of elite taxis, if we can get those, to keep our finances going. Will that port be... no. Perhaps the crop rotation. Actually, really nice. Okay, I think we have a turn. Let's see what the enemies are up to. Okay, a spy. Fortunately, Batavium seems to be rather lightly defended. So we should be able to push forward in that front.
General! Forward! General! Forward!
Let's get the freshly recruited spy going. Verona is lightly defended, but that army is problematic. So let's try to reinforce the front a bit there. And from here, actually, I think Appius can become a governor here. And let's send all the mercs and the better general to aid in the siege battle here. And once again, I think auto-resolve should be good enough. Yeah. And perhaps we can just occupy. These settlements here, of course, our casualties are a bit high.
Sir. Yes. At once.
And let's hope that guy is going away from our area. So, some lightly defended cities and a decent sized army. Perhaps we could continue pushing towards Taurasia.
Engage the enemy. Besieging settlement, sir.
While this
Besieging
army here
settlement, sir. Move out.
will do the garrison duty, at least for now. And Arretium can actually train Hastati, so perhaps we should get those troops coming as well. Here, let's make Principes and send these Triarii to field. And I think the situation there is quite okay. We still need some money, because most likely we need to hire some mercenaries to drive the Carthaginians off our coast. Perhaps this army here is enough to repel this one with the help of the garrison here, because they need one turn to lay the siege there. Okay, so of course we want to take only our best troops, and that basically means at least these. Perhaps we could actually combine that unit and most likely we can combine the cavalry here. Do we have some additional units here? I think these Principes will do nicely. And from here we should get all the mercenaries we can reasonably. So this unit, those cavalry mercenaries, and then I guess these units will come handy, and perhaps we should combine a couple of Principes units, or rather Triarii units, and we have some mercenaries still, and we could hire some mercenary hoplites, peltasts, some other missile units and missile cavalry. Perhaps we will go with hoplites. And it's time to drive. Or then not. Well, next turn it's time to drive the Carthaginians off. And the construction is advancing. But oh. Well. That's a bad thing. So now we need to find a garrison. Okay. That's fair enough. And do we have something with which we could improve our finances? Because that's a constant trouble. Okay, fair enough. And perhaps some public order improvement wouldn't be that bad either. So, let's finish the turn and see what the enemies are up to.
Let us now talk
Okay,
reasonably.
it seems they are afraid.
Until next time.
Of course, we don't want to end the war when they are suing for peace. So about the mod, the settlement management, even at this stage, is taking quite a lot. Because in addition to everything else, we need to manage the finances from the perspective of taxing and trade. At the same time, we need to manage the cultural influences. So that's another thing that takes time and also money in our case. Okay, we have allies here. Nice.
Orders? Sir!
Okay. So, the first battle of the day. And this we are not going to auto-resolve, so let's see. I think they shouldn't be able to get out from the battle in any case.
Take up the shield!
Okay, so a coastal battle, and I think these units will be our vanguard. And the reason is that they are so expensive. Then Triarii will come second, followed by Principes. And then we have quite a lot of those missile units. But of course, it's not worth actually shooting at the enemy from the front. We should be able to circle behind them. And we have quite a lot of cavalry. Let's put the missile cavalry to the flank there and keep our normal cavalry as reserve here.
Gods be praised! The reinforcements are here.
So,
Send them to fight.
it seems the enemy actually is advancing, which of course is rather interesting, considering that we are outnumbering them quite clearly. And perhaps the general even is leading the attack. So I think we can put on a bit more pressure. And it seems that missile cavalry there is threatening enough to lure some of the enemy units to this side. Of course, our aim here should be to wipe out the whole enemy army, in any case. I'm not certain if they pull back, will that achieve something or not, but perhaps they will at the very least waste some of their ammo on these guys, because I don't really care too much about these mercenaries. We can get new ones, and honestly they cost very much. So kind of losing them won't bother me at all. Okay, what's happening? Are these guys withdrawing? They are withdrawing. So we are to charge right away with everything we have. Okay, I think we can get some missiles going. And it seems they are not so eager to withdraw anymore. Or at least all of them are not. And you guys should start firing as well. Okay. The general is feeling suicidal.
It is time to press the attack.
And we don't want to engage those spearmen there. Okay, they are breaking. Nice. And are we actually chasing down? Yes, we are. Good. These guys are Libyan light infantry. Let's see if we could actually get some damage to them as well. I think they are heavier than these guys. But it seems that the tactical withdrawal of the enemy didn't work out quite as they planned it would work out. Okay, I think that was quite a neat victory. So, the casualties we suffered were quite marginal, and it was mostly the mercenaries that suffered them, so actually not so big of losses after all. Okay, so that was rather nice. And let's get to the fleet, and perhaps we could even get to the shore. Actually I will wait for one more turn. I don't dare to risk that we cannot land and then this fleet will sink our fleet and all of our troops with it, so let's see about the northern front then. Let's continue to train troops, and in Arretium we can get Hastati. I'm a bit worried that we are perhaps getting a bit too many troops here,
Orders? We can't do it,
so
sir.
that we cannot afford their upkeep. But let's see how the situation will develop.
General,
And here let's send in all the mercenaries. And actually we should send in the
sir.
general as well. And let's get this. Oh, okay. So let's actually put the mercenaries to the front and then see what happens with.
Besieging
Oh.
settlement, sir. Besieging settlement, sir. Orders?
Well,
Imperator.
this is not
Orders?
good. Not good at all.
Sir.
Well, at least we can get this guy
Move out.
here.
Sir.
But okay, and these guys good, so we can keep up the public order well enough. And that army is moving away, so Verona seems to be at least somewhat vulnerable. Let's see if we have enough troops. Oh, actually, we are not pulling any troops there just yet. We need to prepare for that enemy army. Okay, so let's see. Could we increase our income a bit? So in one of the comments of the videos was how I'm making money even when the balance is vastly negative. The answer is these elite taxes. So these will bring, was it 500 gold pieces per turn, or denarii per turn? Or is it denarii or sesterces in this mod? Anyway, they will bring a nice amount of money, and that's the main reason why we are making money instead of losing it at the moment. So would this be beneficial here? Okay, some benefits. Let's take it. And we are ready for the next turn. Okay, Arverni. That's their new faction. They're offering alliance. Perhaps that would actually be rather good. Let's make a deal.
Welcome, friend.
And perhaps we could actually regain the money we lost with some interest.
A most generous proposal.
With the map information there. Okay. So, we are doing rather good progress in the north, and let's hope that the African front will be as fruitful as the northern front. And in Subrees,
Let us now talk reasonably.
want ceasefire, but I don't think that's we want.
Until next time.
Okay, so that big army is coming back. Verona won't be attacked anytime soon. Okay, let's get the fleet going, and let's do it a bit by bit, so that... Oh! There is a Carthaginian minor city.
Ready to sail.
We need to take it at some point, but perhaps now it's best to try to gain momentum here. I actually haven't noticed that there is this city. Of course, the garrison is quite small.
Set sail. Fleet ready, Imperator.
And let's get the cavalry to land first.
All ashore. Prepare
We can
for
begin the siege.
besieging settlement, sir.
And then let's get all the troops
Sir. General, Imperator.
to the army that we can.
Fleet ready, Imperator. Ready to aye, Captain. Order, sir.
Okay, so it's these
To sail.
principes that are slow. And it seems unable to land. Okay. Let's just hope that we will be able... Oh,
Imperator.
mercenary elephants. Nice. Except for the cost, which is a bit hefty. So, what about making these paved roads? I guess our cultural influence isn't too good. But actually, it is quite good since we are having 5% against 10. So, we could actually improve the situation there. Unfortunately, here the same is not possible. And let's see if we have those elite tax buildings still available somewhere. Yeah. And the situation here... Oh. Oh. Okay, I guess it's time to get an army going.
Imperator, sir. Onward. Joining forces. General orders. Onward.
And what might be their target? That was actually bad news. Let's actually try to... Oh, we cannot improve the trade there. Okay. So, next turn we need to pay attention to... Oh, and we have troops here. Let's get them going. And we have more troops here. And have I moved troops out from Rome? I haven't. And of course then I haven't trained new troops there. These guys should go to retraining. Oh, and I have completely forgotten the northern front. That was rather decent. And so that we can help them to civilize themselves, we need the money which we can get from extermination.
Yes, master. On my way.
So there are these two big armies that are a bit problematic for us. The other one is somewhere there, and of course this third one here. So at some point we need to deal with them. Here we could improve the fields, and of course we can actually dismantle these. Or at least this. So we can get something useful done. Perhaps. How beneficial that will be actually. I think we should start improving trade in Apua. Perhaps I already mentioned in previous episode that in Finnish Apua is actually meaning help. If someone is shouting Apua, or in Finnish Apua,
Welcome, friend.
then he's shouting someone to help. Okay, they not want to become protectorates. And at the moment our military strength is a bit divided here in the north, so perhaps some consolidation should be done. Of course we need to check what the enemy will do. That's kind of a mountain village, that's Sigusio there. Okay, Allobrogis.
Dear friend,
They are at war with our allies or protectorate. I don't think we want to have an alliance with them, but perhaps
a most
trade
generous proposal.
can be done. Let's hope the Massilians will drive them out. Okay, and now we have 3 full armies north here, or rather almost full armies, and only small garrisons in the cities, and it seems we have lost this one army from here. So perhaps next turn we can consolidate the armies here, perhaps move against Batavium. And here, let's take the mercenaries. And actually let's combine these principes. And I think we can take 1 unit of Velites. Let's put them on the bridge there. And these troops most definitely will need some retraining. And these principes can move forward. And I would really like to improve the public order here. So let's make a shrine, and before I forget, let's make that elite tax. And what's that enemy army doing here? We don't actually know where it is.
Sir!
Is it hiding somewhere? Perhaps we need to follow in any case. And perhaps that fort can be abandoned. And luckily our fleet did not get attacked. And this battle should be rather easy.
Victory!
And we can even improve our finances. Let's get that. Let's get rid of that one. Let's make a temple. And
Sir!
we should leave some units to defend. And I think we will choose the weakest. Or perhaps we need to leave actually principes as well.
Move out!
Actually, I think we need to leave all the principes so that our army can actually march further and start the siege of Carthage herself.
Besieging settlements, sir!
And apparently no enemy reinforcements in the area, and we should have some mercenaries available as well. And let's get the fleet back to the port, and perhaps some day we can move to the island there to take This is italic. Great.
Sir!
And am I once again neglecting the northern region? So, elite tax there. Perhaps we... Okay, we cannot. So Mediolanum could be a target to take.
Sir! Imperator! Move out! General! Move out! General! Forward!
And of course Comum, both of them are kind of within our reach. And let's hope we can get Bononia, the public order improved there, and things going a bit more smoothly. And we have a turn, except we have a new family member in Leontinoi, and I think he can go to Eryx
Onward!
to take charge of the city there. And once again, it's interesting to see what these... I don't actually remember the faction name, Insubris are doing. Okay, so... An army is coming towards us. Actually, two armies.
Let us end the bloodshed.
Okay, I think we can agree ceasefire
thanks.
with these guys because they don't have any settlements nearby here. And let's actually move the diplomats in the north. Perhaps he's okay in Rome. So the diplomats, if we could find some northern tribes that are willing to trade. And okay, I forgot to train new troops there, but here we are having some hostilities. And I don't like that army one bit. And we cannot even threaten Batavium while it's in position.
Your Honor.
Mediolanum could be threatened.
Your Honor. On my way.
There is this larger army. But I think
Orders!
we can count on this.
Besieging settlement, sir! Besieging
So perhaps we can
settlement,
take Mediolanum next turn. And perhaps roads here. Because we just cannot move troops too fast in these regions. But that will be so bad investment. But perhaps culture. Let's see if that will bring some benefit at some point. And since there is no sign of the enemies... Oh, there.
General! Move out!
Let's see what they are up to. And we have some rebels.
You rebel scum.
They need to be dealt with. Do we have have some aspiring general in here. Well, perhaps
Orders.
this guy
March.
shall have the honor of leading our troops.
Imperator. Orders. Imperator. Orders. General. Forward. Prepare for battle.
Oh. And let's get some reinforcements to that army as well.
Imperator. Engage the enemy.
Missile cavalry, missile units and spearmen. I would hate to get mercenaries to win that battle.
Sir.
But perhaps we don't have any other options. Well, I need to manually fight that. But before... Okay, so the Carthaginian army has arrived.
Sir.
Actually, two of them.
Imperator.
Let's take the big city. Oh,
Victory.
maybe I shouldn't have auto-resolved that. Well, at least we have some funds at our disposal. Actually, 3 large enemy armies.
There's so many of them.
Perhaps it would be wisest to abandon this. Practically burn it down, leave it for the enemy, so that we could actually be able to defend Carthage herself. And we can leave that Shrine of Saturn there. Let's retrain some of the units, and
Orders.
I think hiring some mercenaries is a good solution here. And I will take those elephants as well,
Orders.
because that's
Can't do
cool.
it, sir.
And of course,
General.
that wasn't so cool.
Your Honor. Spying.
Okay, and then, as it is a shame, but I think we need to take some mercenaries
Order. Imperator.
to win the battle here.
General. Engage the enemy. Prepare for battle. Victory! Victory!
And I think we can get rid of them right away.
Imperator. General. Imperator. Orders. Imperator. General.
Okay, and the people are even happy there. So, we still can make some investments. Let's see if these northern provinces, or actually, it seems I already checked them. At least, yeah, okay. So, no more investments there. Here in the south, let's see the situation with culture. Once again. I think I should memorize these things a bit better so I don't need to check them. Oh! Governor's Palace. That might actually be quite good for the culture. Let's at least hope so. And in Croton... Okay, we can make the roads. And yeah. The situation is actually a bit worrisome here. Of course we have a foothold, but it's tedious at best. I think this is everything for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day.
May the force be with you.
QualityOldGames out.